Hey pipe smokers, I'd like to welcome you to another tobacco review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Pease Fog City Selection Union Square. Let me go ahead and read the tin description. Union Square. A blended sliced cake of high-grade flue-cured leaf from beautiful sweet brights to deep earthy reds, without the added sugars and flavorings common to many Virginia flakes. It is rich on the palate, evolving in layers with the clean, natural sweetness of pure tobaccos. It offers a pleasant room note and a delightful finish. For those seeking the pure Virginia experience, we proudly present Union Square. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look up close at a flake of Union Square. Okay, here is a look at a flake of Pease Union Square. Let's see if I can pick this up. Here's a little bit of a closer look. Yeah, really gorgeous looking stuff. Okay, now, as it stated on the tin description, this is an entirely untopped, uncased Virginia flake. Now, for the tasting notes, I'm going to switch it up a little bit today, and first what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through some of the major sort of flavors that I've come across while smoking this flake. This is very much what I would consider a refined Virginia. You've got lots of really wonderful and deep and bright fruity type flavors with very little in the way of sort of hay or grassy tasting notes. So some of the major flavors that hit me are fruit flavors such as orange-like flavor, peach and particularly apricot like notes, as well as even a pineapple-like note at times. I've also encountered some very nice tea-like notes, so along the lines of like a sweetened black tea or rooibos tea type flavor. I've also encountered some very much a straightforward sort of cane sugary sweetness, as well as caramel type sweetness, and even a maple sugar or even a maple syrup type sweetness as well. I've come across some lemon notes, also some creamy type flavors as well. Believe it or not, I've come across, and I get this just about every single time I smoke this blend. I get at particular times, I get a very clear orange creamsicle type flavor, believe it or not. I also get some pastry-like sweetness. I would say it's akin to like a yellow cake or maybe like a pound cake type sweetness. There's also some sort of deep, almost raisiny like flavors happening as well. Now, actually, you know, I should probably mention that there are also there's a sort of restrained savory type flavors going on here, somewhat akin to like a wood type, like a cedar type flavor almost. Very nice. Now, these flavors that I mentioned are present in the smoke to one degree or another, some less than others, and oftentimes they sort of flit in and out, some more quickly than others, and they sort of mix and meld with one another. There's a lot of flavor here in this blend. There's really a remarkable amount of flavor here for an all Virginia blend, and I think most of all, these are flavor notes that pop in and out, but really throughout the entire smoking experience, what sticks out most to me is just an incredibly rich Virginia flavor. And it really runs the gamut from your bright Virginia flavors to your sort of brown Virginia flavors to your deep and dark red Virginia flavors. So this one really has it all in terms of, you know, for us Virginia lovers. This one just kind of ticks the boxes and really is a great example of the kind of complexity that you can get in a blend that contains only Virginia tobaccos with no casings or toppings. Now, we've talked about some of the flavors. Let's talk about the smoking experience itself. I find that there's a remarkable level of creaminess here, and I say that's remarkable because oftentimes Virginias, even though they can taste very nice, can be a little thin. You know, they got a little bit of a thin mouthfeel, and even the flavor can sometimes be a little fleeting. But here it's very much a thick, even, you know, when smoked with good technique, still a thick tasting, very rich flavor. And one of the other really magnificent things about this flake is the way that it smokes. Now, the first third of the bowl is those fruity notes are up front, and the sweetness is very bright, and there's some clear citrus notes. It's a tiny bit rough towards the very beginning, and that settles down very quickly. But right around the halfway mark is when this blend just takes off. After that halfway mark, it's like every single puff that I take further enriches the blend and makes it thicker and sweeter and more flavorful and bolder. And that just continues all the way down through the bowl. There's just this continual building of sweetness and flavor that's, once again, I'm going to say it again, it's truly remarkable. And I must say that the final third of a bowl of Union Square is absolutely divine. It is just a unique and singular experience, in my opinion, when it comes to Virginia blends. It's so rich, it's so sweet, it's so clear. There's such a clarity of flavor there that it's just, I can't find anything to really compare it to, let's put it that way. And I've smoked my fair share of Virginias. I can honestly say that the final third of a bowl of Union Square is the finest conclusion to a bowl of tobacco I've ever had, of any kind of tobacco I've tried yet, be it Virginia or any other type of blends. It's just absolutely magnificent. And I must say as well that it's just really remarkable the way, I know I'm saying it again, but the way that the flavors build and build and build all the way to the very last speck of tobacco, and yet there's never any hint of a tarriness or a roughness or there's never anything overwhelming about it. It's just remarkably clear and flavorful and bold and sweet and fantastic, really. And of course, it starts off with those brighter flavors, and they do certainly, they darken more towards the caramel sweetness and the maple type sweetness from the middle on down. With at times though, some of those bright notes still popping in and out, you know, and there's lots of different flavors that kind of flit in and out, like the flavors that I detailed earlier. Just a really a wonderful smoke, absolutely. Now, one more thing that I'd like to talk about before I wrap up the tasting notes are, I must remark on the relights of this blend. Now, as I've said in earlier videos, good Virginia technique oftentimes necessitates relights, and you know, that's just kind of part and parcel of smoking Virginias, in my opinion, of course. But But it doesn't necessarily mean that I enjoy relights. I put up with them more often than not. With Union Square, it's a completely different thing, and it's something else. It really, really is, because relights are wonderful. I mean, once again, I can't really compare it to anything because I've never had a tobacco quite like that before, where the relight is so sweet, so flavorful. You're just hit with a blast of flavor on the relight with no harshness whatsoever. And it's got to be, to me, it's got to be experience to be understood, really, because it's really something magnificent. And I really love to just let it go out and relight. I'll relight Union Square 15 or 20 times when I'm smoking it, because it's fantastic. It really, really is. Now, let's talk about the strength here. I'm going to say this is solidly medium to strong. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, in my experience, this is the strongest all Virginia flake this side of the Atlantic that I've tried yet. So it's really got a very good sort of satisfaction factor going on. And let's talk about the smokability. I think this is very smokable. Even on a new tin, I'd say it's in the very good range. There's a little bit of roughness there, which is sort of just comes with the territory with Virginia blends, but it kind of works for me, even a tiny bit of roughness, because the flavor is just so dynamic that a little bit of roughness really is hardly even registers. Okay, let me go ahead and give this one a final personal score here. Of course, in the category of Virginia blends, I'm going to give GLP's Union Square 9.4 out of 10. Now that would make it my highest rated Virginia blend thus far, as well as the highest rating I've given to any blend yet that I've reviewed. Granted, I haven't done that many reviews yet, but I must say it's going to have to take a really out of this world blend to top Union Square as far as how I rate it. I think Union Square is an absolutely fantastic tobacco. I think its richness, its sweetness, its natural taste, it's just it puts it really far above the competition, in my humble opinion. And I would not hesitate to recommend this to anybody out there. People, if you're Virginia lovers and you have not tried Union Square yet, get it done. You must try this blend. It's really absolutely fantastic. And even if you are Virginia lovers, if you're new to Virginias or want to get into Virginias, give this one a shot. Make this one your first, because you know, you might just fall in love. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today. I hope you're all doing really, really well out there and enjoying your pipes and tobaccos. Until next time, take it easy, everybody.